Hey guys, despite the slowdown in my production here due to weather, still doing some work. It's Wednesday. I'm going to try and take apart a few things, blast and paint them. I'll show you what they are. Okay, so this pile of parts is just the vent pieces. Even though it might be a little bit unnecessary, I'm going to drill out these rivets, take them apart, and sandblast and paint both sides of them. I'm going to do two sets here because this set is actually nicer, I think, in terms of the overall condition of it. Like these ones are pretty rusty for some reason on the inside. They're also a little banged up now. It's bent actually. But the gaskets aren't as good on these ones. That look a little bit better. So I'm gonna, well, actually that one looks the worst of all. But nonetheless, so I'm gonna do those. And then I've got this, I guess it's called an intermediate shaft. It's the shaft that goes between the steering column and the steering box. And this I want to get done because my replacement, I don't know where it is, the old one is. I think it's in here with my paint. But my replacement gasket for the firewall for the steering column should come tomorrow, and then I can put this steering column back together. You know, with the exception of the lower bearing that goes at the bottom here at the base of the steering column, and that I can get in afterwards fairly easily. So it's not too big a deal, but I can get this back together so that this stuff isn't going to be rattling around and I won't forget how to put it back together. So anyways, yeah, I've got quite a big pile of parts here. Some of this stuff I really should wrap up and put away because these I'm not going to be using for a while. This I should put on the steering box. I should actually mount the steering box. But most of the rest of it should be going in fairly shortly. Like I want to get the, yeah, that's right. The support for the brake pedal has to go in before the column does, because the column goes through this hole here and actually clamps to it through these two bolts right here and here. So anyways, that's a big jigsaw puzzle. Anyways, I'm going to get to it. Okay, that took a lot longer than I figured it would. It's actually 20 to 8. I was hoping that I was actually going to be ready to, or I was going to be spraying paint, but I haven't even hit this stuff with primer yet. So anyways, I'm going to do that right now. I got a couple of loose pieces here that are going to be pretty hard to get done properly, but hopefully everything will come out okay. Masked off the bit of rubber there, but didn't do a great job of it. I'm not too worried about it. It'll flake off of the rubber. It's not going to be too big a deal. These knobs are going to be a bit of a problem. I might spray them with a little bit of that adhesion promoter here, because I'm going to spray them with black as well. But apart from that, everything's ready to go. It doesn't look too great, but there's a little bit of the paint on it still, but I wasn't too worried actually. Well, whatever, hell with it. I'm not going to be too fussy here. I just want to get this done. Okay, it's 15 after 8, and I got 2 coats of epoxy on here. I decided not to use the edge primer. I'm going to call it an experiment. This Nason epoxy is supposed to be able to be used over bare metal. We're going to see how well this is going to work on here. So, anyways, I'm going to spray the black tomorrow. I could do it tonight, but it'd be after 9, and that's kind of my cutoff for trying to make noise in here. So, I'm going to leave this till tomorrow, and I will continue this video tomorrow rather than break it into 2 segments. Okay, guys, it's Thursday. Had my run already. Not helping, but anyways. So I'm ready to spray some paint, mix my black, and whoop, zoom. See, Darren was complaining about hitting the off button. I keep hitting the goddamn zoom. Anyways, so here's the parts for. I'm going to do 2 quick coats here, 10 minutes in between each one, and all this stuff will be all nice and pretty black. that's one coat there. Well, this is flashing off. I'm going to show you something that kind of pissed me off today. I ordered some more parts for the truck. I was waiting for a replacement one of these for the steering column because I can't assemble it. I can't put the gear shift thing in because it won't clear this bit here that slides into the column. And this one is probably serviceable. It's a little bit buggered up, but I figured, well, you know, I looked it up in the catalog and $10, I said, well, why not get a new one? But this is what they sent me. It's a hunk of foam. It's completely, there's no way it's a replacement for this. So I don't know what the hell this is. It says lower column seal, but it's nothing like this thing. So I don't know. If anybody has any ideas on how to kind of make rubber spring back, I'd like to hear them. Otherwise I'm going to try someplace else and order a correct replacement. But that kind of annoyed me because I wanted to put this column together before I forget how it goes together. You know, I guess I got a video of it coming apart, so it shouldn't be too bad. But nonetheless, I really wanted to get this together because it's a big part of the bits and pieces on here that are going to get dinged up if I don't do something quick. Anyways, that just annoyed me a bit. That's how easily annoyed I am. Anyways, I did get some other parts I needed. Ground straps. Well, I didn't get my lower column bearing. That's back ordered. So, but this thing can actually all go together without that lower column bearing in place. So that's not a big deal. This is a pain in the ass. Well, that is a pain in the ass. Anyways, I'm ranting and raving. I just got going by the timer. 5 minutes and 37 seconds until that flashes off. Cleaned out my mixing cup. I should really find a place where I can get like about 1 billion of those cheap, because I reuse them quite a lot, so I don't know if that's necessarily a brilliant idea. Lots and lots of parts to chuck in here. This is the upper column seal, and that's a correctly formed part. Go figure. Anyways, next shot, second coat on that stuff, and then I'm going to head in. It was a short night tonight. Power hour, I guess. Well, it wasn't even an hour. Okay, there you go. 2 coats of lovely gloss black, runs and all. Everything has got its 2 coats here. I'm pretty satisfied with how it all looks. All this stuff is pretty well hidden. That looks pretty orange peely actually, but I think I'll survive. You don't see that unless you stuck your head under the dash anyways. Knobs came out really nice. I'm surprised about that. So anyways, so I'm going to knock off and say I will see you tomorrow.